Hey everyone! So this is going to be my second video where I go over some of the reasons why I am no longer a Christian. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, please click out of this video now and go watch it first. That way we're all on the same page. In that video, I gave a little warning for the easily offended, and an invitation for you guys to respond to me. All of that applies to this video as well. This video is going to address two more main issues that led to my apostasy: prayer and faith. I chose these because even though they are separate issues, they also overlap, so it only makes sense for me to address them together. Let's start with prayer. Whether it's just giving thanks for what you have, a daily devotional, or related to some want or need that you have in your life, like health or financial issues. The average Christian seems to make prayer a pretty big part of their life, but have you ever really stopped to think about what prayer is and how it works? I don't really have anything to say about the devotional prayers, except that I don't think anyone's listening and you're just wasting your time talking to yourself. If you're just giving thanks, that is also kind of hard to address for the same reasons I just mentioned for the previous point. But it also comes across as ignorant and pompous to assume that all of your blessings come from God. Are there no prosperous people of other faiths? Are there no prosperous atheists? If God put that food on your table, then who put that food on the Muslim's table, or the Hindu, or the atheist? Why are there non-Christian millionaires and billionaires? If you are thanking God for what you have, who should they be thanking? It seems more likely to me that God has no hand at all in these day-to-day blessings that Christians are so quick to thank Him for. And then we have the wants and needs prayers, which, in my opinion, are the worst. Material wants or needs, such as money, a better house, a better car, or even just the most basic food and shelter. Or immaterial, health, safety, love, success, and happiness. The same concept from my last point applies to this one as well. Whatever it is you pray for, many non-Christians have it already or will get it soon. So if they can get those things without asking God, why do you feel the need to? Also, isn't God omniscient? He should already know the wants and needs in your life, and He should already know the course of action He plans to take, if any at all. According to the characteristics that are attributed to God in the Bible, your prayers are nothing more than a self-centered blasphemy and an attempt to persuade the unchangeable creator of the universe. Before God created the first molecule, He knew that you were going to have that want or need, and yet He still left you wanting or needing. What gives you the right to alter His divine plan? Depending on your interpretation of the book of Genesis, God's plan has already been running smoothly for either thousands or billions of years. And now you think you will be the reason He changes it? You're just not that special. None of us are. And I'm sorry, but that just doesn't add up. None of it does. If there is a God, then it is much more reasonable to assume that we're all just along for the ride while He calls all the shots. Or, the way I see it, He's just standing back and letting us do our own thing. Now we'll move on to the next topic. Faith, the backbone of all religious belief, is defined as complete trust or confidence in someone or something, as defined by Google and Dictionary.com. Also, Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1 says, "Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." To put it simply, faith is a belief held without reason or proof, or using the fact that you believe something as the reason why you believe it. Also, the Bible has several verses that tell us that faith is preferred to using actual logic and reasoning, and in some cases even refers to our desire to have proof as unfavorable in the eyes of God. So this is where things get a little shady for me, because it almost seems to me like the people who wrote the Bible knew that what they were writing about would not hold up against any real scrutiny. So they made sure to include bits that tell you that you must believe without evidence and against all evidence. When I was a Christian, I saw faith as a good thing. My faith could not be shaken. There was nothing you could say or do that would change my mind about my beliefs. But since I value logic and reason so much, it was inevitable that I would someday break through the bonds of indoctrination and brainwashing that were holding me back. Our brains are actually very adept at weeding out inconsistencies and determining that which is the most true. That is, unless we set up walls of faith that direct us down the path we want instead of the path that is true. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, faith and prayer are interrelated. You pray to maintain your faith, and you have faith that your prayers are effective. Neither one can be verified, and yet you use each to verify the other. Think about it. What proof do you have that prayer even works? As I'm sure you're already doing, think of a time when you were absolutely convinced that one of your prayers came true. Something that you felt was directly the hand of God. What was your prayer? Was it something physical or observable? An object you wanted or something new in your life? Maybe you found something that had been lost? Or was it something abstract? Happiness? Love? Stronger faith? I mean, unless you prayed, God, I really would love to have a bright red Ferrari, and you go into your garage and there's magically a bright red Ferrari sitting right there. Other than something like that, can you honestly say that what you prayed for could not have happened naturally? That it could only have happened if God stepped in and made it happen? If it was a physical thing, could it not have come through your own efforts or the efforts of those in your life? If it was abstract, is it not possible that the problem and or solution were nothing more than products of your own chosen mindset? In other words, could the problem have been something that was all in your head in the first place, or could changing your mindset have solved the problem? You have either convinced yourself that it came true because you already believe that prayer works, or you've convinced yourself that prayer works because that thing came to fruition. Now I'll reiterate my issue with that, which I stated earlier. If prayer works because of God, then why is it that people who pray to other gods, or don't pray at all, still have their wants and needs fulfilled? The way I see it, if you can explain it without God, then God is not the explanation. Prayer only works when it aligns with that which was already going to happen, and faith only works in the absence of critical thinking. Therefore, I find neither to be necessary or useful. And since they are fundamental pillars of the Christian religion, they are two more reasons why I decided that I could no longer call myself a Christian. There is so much more I could say on these topics, but I do feel like I've already droned on enough, so that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like or a share, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, make sure to check out my quick thought videos. I only have one up so far, but I do hope to be putting up more really soon. Thank you for watching this video. This has been another Call to Reason. I'll see you guys next time.